What if I told you that one of the biggest tech giants in the world today almost crumbled because of a simple missing document that the founders didn't have in place, and it actually resulted in a broken friendship, tens of millions in legal costs, and ended up costing Mark Zuckerberg tens of billions of pounds, having to pay out Eduardo Saverin in a brutal legal battle?
You better lawyer up, asshole, because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
If any of you have watched the film Social Network, you will know that this is the story of Facebook and the fallout of its founders. And although it might sound a little far-fetched and surreal to some of you, actually it's a common reality for many business owners who decide to partner with somebody else. Because imagine one day you decide to start a business with a friend or even a family member, let's say, and everything's going well. Money's coming in, everyone's putting their weight, you're working as a team, but then suddenly your business partner wants out. They've either had enough, a change of heart, or perhaps the priorities have just changed, and that's when things start to go south and begin to get messy. You see, without having a clear agreement on things like roles, equity, or responsibility, rather like the founders of Facebook, you could find yourself tangled in a very messy legal battle that can end up costing you your business if you're not careful. However, this could all be easily avoided with the use of a single document called a shareholders agreement. And so to protect your business from a similar fate, make sure you watch the video to the very end, because I'm going to show you how this agreement can literally save your business and even your friendships. My name is Ryan Jackson, and this is the Millionaire Entrepreneur Academy. And I successfully scaled my struggling business to a multi-million-pound exit. And so I'm here to help other business owners do the same. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you like and subscribe, hitting the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest weekly video releases. So if you're in business with someone or planning to be and don't have one of these bad boys in place, it doesn't matter how rosy things are in the moment, you potentially risk losing it all and could even find yourself in one of the following scenarios. It could be a dispute with how the company should be run, grinding the business to a halt. It could be shares being sold to someone you don't even know, or worse still, someone you don't like or trust. Or it could even be fights over how profits are distributed, or massive fallouts because your partner isn't pulling their weight. Now, some of you might have already had experiences like this, or it might even be something you're going through at the moment. And you have to understand how big of a problem this actually is. So don't be thinking just because you grew up with your business partner or you've known them since you were 10 that that couldn't happen to you. Don't be so naive. Forbes magazine reports that a huge 70% of business partnerships fail, which is 2 out of every 3 businesses. And that's just wild. But at the same time, it can easily be avoided by ensuring you have a simple shareholders agreement in place. And it's not just the Facebook founders that have had these issues. There are endless accounts of partnerships that have turned sour because of these disputes. Take the social media app Snapchat, for example. In the early days, they were plagued with similar issues. The co-founder Reggie Brown was actually pushed out of the company in the first few years by his co-founders, and subsequent legal battles ensued, resulting in him winning a cash settlement of $157 million, which might seem huge to some of you, but actually was just a drop in the ocean, as the other 2 founders reportedly became billionaires once Snapchat went public. So for Reggie, by not getting his ducks in a row and putting a simple shareholders agreement in place, it actually ended up costing him billions of dollars. Okay, so what's the solution? The answer is putting a simple shareholders agreement in place and laying out clear terms for all partners to abide by. So if there is ever any confusion, conflict, or difference of opinion, then you simply revert back to your agreement, which should provide the much needed clarity. So think of your shareholders agreement as a business prenup. It's there to protect everyone involved so you can focus on growing the company instead of putting out fires. And for you to create the very best agreement that safeguards all parties, I'm going to share with you the key essentials that must be included to ensure that you're fully protected and everybody knows where they stand. So the first key essential, number 1, is roles and responsibilities. Outline the roles and responsibilities for each shareholder so there's no stepping on toes. Who makes the big decisions? Who handles the day-to-day grind? All of that needs to be spelled out clearly. 2, share ownership and issuance. Who owns how much? That's the starting point. Lay out the shareholding structure and make sure everyone knows the rules for issuing new shares or raising extra funds down the line. 3, Rights and obligations of the shareholders. This is where you lay out the perks and the responsibilities. So things like voting rights, dividends, and other entitlements should all be detailed here. Don't forget to include obligations like confidentiality or non-compete clauses to keep your business protected. 4. Management and governance. How's the company going to be run? This section covers the appointment of directors, board meetings, and how major decisions are made. Think of it as your company's playbook for governance. Number 5 is transfer of shares. What happens if somebody wants out? Or worse, what if they're forced out due to unforeseen circumstances like death or bankruptcy? So here you include restrictions on selling shares and conditions for transferring ownership. Also, drag-along and tag-along rights are included here. 6. Funding obligations. If the company needs more money, who's going to be chipping in? Define each shareholder's financial commitments both now and in the future, and set up procedures for raising funds if and when the needs arises. 7. Profit distribution. So when the profits begin to roll in, how are you going to share the pie? This section lays out your dividend policy, including whether to reinvest some profits back into the company or perhaps keep a reserve fund. 8. Dispute resolution. Look, let's be real, disagreements happen, but instead of letting them spiral out of control, have a plan in place. Include mechanisms like mediation or arbitration and escalation processes for when things can't be resolved easily. 9. Exit strategies. What if someday either you or one of your partners wants to leave the company? Here you define the terms for voluntary exits, buyouts, or even selling the whole company. And don't forget to include how shares will be valued if someone decides to exit. 10. Confidentiality and non-compete. Your business secrets are gold, so you have to protect them. Lay out rules on confidentiality and include non-compete clauses to stop shareholders from setting up rival businesses if you part ways. 11. Amendment procedures. Finally, things change, and so might your agreement. Spell out how the shareholders agreement can be updated or terminated, and make it clear what approvals are needed for any changes. And there you have it, guys. By having a shareholders agreement, you not only protect all interested parties, but you actually provide a level of focus so that everyone's clear on what's expected from them and where their energy should be focused. And if at any point people start to stray, it directs them back and provides guidance on how to resolve any issues. You'll have peace of mind knowing that roles, profits, and processes are crystal clear and create a safety net for any unexpected situations, disagreements, or sudden exits. And look, let's face it, sometimes shit happens. People change, circumstances change, priorities change, and that's okay. But having clear terms on how to manage that change is essential. So this shouldn't be looked at as a negative. It's just about avoiding disasters, and it's about building a solid, sustainable business and bringing in a level of maturity into your working practice. And if you don't have one yet, well, you need to take action and have one drafted up. And so to help you with this, I provided a free checklist in the description to help you outline the essentials of a shareholders agreement. So make sure you download it today and start protecting yourself and your business. And if you found this video helpful, it'd be appreciated if you could give it a like and share it with someone who you think might need it now. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on how to grow and protect your business. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video, and I'll see you on the next.